Our third arrangement that we're going to be showing you tonight is the colour scheme arrangement of Moribana. In this arrangement, we are using just one type of flower, a chrysanthemum. However, we are choosing many different types and colours and sizes.
Look at that vase full of canthons and shipos. Obviously, this is going to be a big arrangement of chrysanthemums. Now, she's put the first stem in the shippo.
Remember, these are the circles of metal that crisscross each other with holes that we then put the stems into. On the right-hand side, you can actually see the pin holders. They are the kenzan.
I believe the chrysanthemum is an autumn flower, and we had this demonstration in September. Now, September is springtime here, and Sensei ordered all these chrysanthemums from Singapore. I think we believe we had to order about 100.
That's right, it was the minimum order that we could have to actually bring them across. They are absolutely magnificent, but because of the time of the year, we didn't have chrysanthemums in Australia.
Now, I believe she's using these orangey yellow chrysanthemums as the main flower.
That's right, that's a subject in the Hara school again. Yet again, we're using them in different sizes and heights so we get that effect of the concertina up and down. Gives us a little more depth, a little more variability. Now, sometimes when you're actually using the shippo, you need to actually use parts of the branches or the stems of the actual material to actually jam the stem of the flower in. This holds them upright or in the position, the forward position often, that you're trying to attain.
Yes, Carrie, that is so important. It is probably another essential part of the arrangement, because that is fairly vital in arranging the stems in the different sort of positions, different degrees and different angles.
As we add more flowers, we often find that we need to remove the greenery around it, so some of the leaves, some of the extra branches, if we were using other types of material, may have to come off. So it is an art in that as you add, you might need to subtract.
And now she's placing the almost purple lilac chrysanthemums in the middle, and that would you call that be part of the object, or am I wrong, Carrie?
I think now the next two colours become the object, but the main colour, you're right, is the orange. With the base green, always the base green.
And these chrysanthemums are quite unusual, aren't they? This is different from the normal chrysanthemums that we see in the florist. The petals are fairly much thinner than the other shaped chrysanthemums.
They're very long and thin, and you can see the sensei was actually trimming some of them off, some of them that sort of looked like they were about to drop. Keeping the beautiful shape is also a part of the beauty of the design.
Now there's the white chrysanthemums going in, and the colour combination is just amazing.
This flat container that we are using is actually called a suiban. And the suiban was actually invented by the founder of the Hara school, Unshin Hara.
Yes, I think he invented that just to have the different arrangement from the typical tall vases.
That's right, because when Japan was opened up to Western societies and they brought in all of their different flowers, they were much shorter than the usual Japanese stems and trees that they were used to using for their displays. And so because of the small stems, he had to invent something that actually accommodated these small stem flowers. And so the suiban was invented.
Yes, and I believe the Hara school was established in about 1890 by Unshin Hara.
That's correct. Now we're going to use some smaller types of chrysanthemum and then some medium chrysanthemums. Colour scheme arrangement that we're doing today is actually one of the fundamental arrangements for the students once they get to their third, second and first masters. And as you can see, it's quite a full arrangement, and so it does require a little bit more skill. In terms of the word Moribana, meaning a flat container, a suiban, one of our fundamental arrangements also is the landscape style, which we will be showing you a little bit later.
The Hara school, there are many chapters all over the world. I was quite amazed when I actually looked it up on the internet where they are. We have a chapter in Brisbane and a chapter in Sydney, but I was absolutely amazed when I saw a chapter in India. I just could not believe that it would be in a country that is so different to Japan.
That's right. They certainly embrace the flower arranging, and it's certainly the Kado, the way of the flower, is everywhere. It's very impressive. We'd like to thank our Sydney members and our Brisbane members also, because they have been extremely supportive of us coming across and helping us out for this wonderful show.
Yes, they have worked very hard.
Adding a little bit more colour now, just to brighten things up and just to fill. Remember that not all the holes have to be filled though. You do like to have gaps, and we certainly talk about line and space. And turning it into a 3D arrangement, we always have to remember the back, because as we look through it, we do see the colour through there.
I think Sensei is almost completing the arrangement now.
And it looks like a field of flowers, doesn't it?
Yes.
She's asking us how many chrysanthemums do you think that she's got in this arrangement?
Oh, Carrie, how many do you think there are? It's probably quite a few dozens.
At least.
Well, we did order 100.
So therefore, I think we would have been happy if she used every single one of them.
Oh, yes. Here we go. I think the boys are ready.
Fantastic. And if you can remember how many Shippo and Kenzan were in the bottom of that, I actually don't even know how that base of that container is holding all of those.
Oh, those containers are pretty strong.
They have to be. But they're very carefully doing this. So a field of flowers in a beautiful flat container.